All right, come to order. Trails and Open Space mini meeting for the month of August. We have a quorum.
Yes.
We do. Welcome. Minutes have been distributed. Is there any corrections, amendments, changes? None. Can I have approval of the minutes?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Great. Moving on, Jason. You're up.
Good afternoon, everyone. Get you out of here quick. First up on the agenda is the Trails Grant Fund transfers. We have 4 municipalities this month that will be closing out their grants. We have the town of Greenfield, the town of Milton, and the town of Monroe. They're from 2023. And additionally, we have the town of Greenfield from 2022. So the total there is $40,000. That moves the funds from the Trails Grant Reserve Fund into the operating account, and we can reimburse those municipalities. So four off our chart for this month, which is great.
Comments, suggestions, any questions?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Next.
Similarly, we have an open space grant fund transfer. This is a 2023 project to the town of Greenfield. They've closed on that project and our grant amount is $24,825. So it gets moved from the reserve account to the open space protection account. Need a resolution for that as well. And it's a 2023 project and they have closed, so they're waiting on the reimbursement.
Questions? None. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Next.
Next is our annual New York State Snowmobile Grant application. So we are the project sponsor on behalf of the snowmobile clubs within Saratoga County. Great program. Currently have around just under 180 miles of trails in Saratoga County done by five different clubs. We work regularly with them on, all the reimbursements, landowner permissions and all that sort of stuff. So if you look there in 2024-25 season, those clubs spent a little over $187,000 on trail grooming, miscellaneous expenses. They get reimbursed based on the mileage per club. So last year, the pass-through funds for Saratoga County were $76,832. Those go out to them and back out to the clubs based on mileage. For a couple things will change for 25-26. Number one, we need a seeker done on this because there's 11 miles of new trail in the town of Providence and Edinburgh. This was a project started back with John Collier and Gene Raymond back in 2017. I was actually on site this morning. We're starting site work and hopefully that new trail will be open this year. So there's a bunch of seeker documents attached to the agenda on page 25 through 30. We'll need to issue a negative declaration under seeker as part of this resolution. And just additionally, we're going to be seeking administrative fees for this grant program for 25-26. We're going to track our hours on it, and that will not impact the money that goes back to the club. So the state has a program where you can go after these administrative costs above and beyond what goes out to the club. So we're going to track that. This will all be in next year's budget, but we're going to track those expenses and try to get a maximum up to 10% of your total grant award for administrative costs. So there's on page 31, you'll see the club map that shows what clubs and their trails. Page 28 of your attachment there has the new trail. Sort of shows where that is and the length of that, and it'll basically connect Fox Hill Road with Sacandaga Lake. So it'll give us, right now there's really only one connection from the top of the mountain and all the clubs in Saratoga County to Sacandaga Lake. This gives us 2 options in a much safer area of the lake. And then if you're interested in your trail mileages from last year, that's on page 32 and 33. So in a nutshell, that's it. Approving the grant program and issuing a negative declaration under seeker.
That's the volleyball club. That's
Saratoga, yeah. No, it wasn't
No.
Molinville and Sacandaga combined, so Saratoga Snowmobile Association. Yep.
so they're the same ones come up in head with that.
What's that?
It's the same club that's come up in.
Yeah, they're our largest club, one of the largest in New York State now, actually. They were 2 years ago voted Snowmobile Club of the Year by NYSA. So they do a lot with them. I think Christine's helped us in the past. We've done some social media stuff with them. So very active club.
So the landowner agreements is always for 1 year?
Yes, that's one downfall of the program.
Yeah, all right, so I mean, we make a significant investment in these trails. And
Absolutely.
it's a year to year.
Yeah.
Has there ever been talk about approaching landowners with something a longer term?
Well, actually, that's why we're getting this one. So back in 2017, when the state was acquiring these 4,000 acres, they were doing a conservation easement, we worked with the town of Providence and Edinburgh and required an easement on that trail. So whenever we see, large purchases
Yeah.
by the state, usually we engage with the municipality, and the municipality, as part of that negotiation, because they have to sign off, often requires those trail easements. On the other side of the road, there was a large acquisition a couple years ago. Town of Edinburgh did the same thing. So whenever we have the opportunity, we absolutely carve it out.
Okay.
So for this,
Valley can veto a land sale
yes,
to the state. That's why you carve those out.
Yep.
I mean, but if you don't do it ahead of time, you lose them.
so we've done several presentations to Adirondack Association of Towns. Phil was, always has up there on, being proactive in this process, because what we typically do in Saratoga County is carve out these, whatever you want for trail corridors prior to state acquisition, so that it is not, protected by the Forest Preserve afterwards.
Okay. Good. No further questions for me?
I have a motion to accept.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Last but not least,
Yeah, so we've just got our 2025 Trails grants, received applications from 14 different municipalities, totaling $137,460. We've got 100,000 in the budget. I'm not looking forward, not looking to, I'm not looking to move a resolution this month, just putting it out there, because we do have, further in the meeting minutes, you'll see we still have, we're still trying to square away our open space grants, the additional information that was requested. So here's a list of all the projects, the municipalities, the funding request, a couple of different options we've done in the past. A couple of years, we took the extra out of fund balance. We've reduced them all a similar amount. We've sort of evaluated, knocked some down and others. So that'll be for next month. I'll put a bunch of scenarios out there for the committee to figure out how we want to handle those trails grants. Just on our updates, we've got 7 pending open space farmland protection projects right now. We've got 2 outstanding from 2021, so we're working hard to try and put a deadline on those if they're not closed out. We've got 21 pending trail projects listed there. And we received 2 farmland and 2 open space projects for our open space grants. There's 450,000 in the budget. The applications totaled 600,560. So we had a subcommittee meeting last week with Saratoga Plan. Supervisors Ball and Grasso were there, my staff and Saratoga Plan. So we've requested some additional information. There was some tweaks that had to be done to their budgets and some other things. We've received that back. So I anticipate next month I'll bring forward both the trails and open space grants to the committee for consideration. We'll be starting in mid-September, we'll be doing our annual agricultural district inclusionary period. The details are there. Send that out to the municipalities. And we're still actively working on a regular basis with DOT and FHWA, environmental assessment for the Zim Smith. And we had another meeting of the Graphite Range Advisory Committee that Supervisor Grasso and myself attended.
comments?
Question. Is that negative secret, was that included in that resolution we all signed on that? Or,
Yeah, all the documentation is in there.
Yeah. So the short form response, everything is in there with the maps. And I will say, I just wanted on that, there's a bridge being constructed over Little Hunts Creek. DEC took the lead on that, and DEC applied to the APA we have 2 small wetland crossings. DEC took care of all those permits. So I want to thank them as well. A lot of partners today. Fire department, both towns, snowmobile club, DEC, to get this thing done. It's a big project. So hopefully next month I come forward with some pictures.
Just, do we have any other business? Hearing none, give a motion to.
So moved.
okay, thank you.
Thank you, everybody.